Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kritika, and I welcome you all to the Sierra Leone virtual pitch competition today. Let me first start off by saying thank you to all the participants for waiting patiently for today's competition. As we all know, the competition, the platform that is the annual investment meeting was originally scheduled to take place in March as a physical competition and was since postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic outbreak and the nationwide lockdown. On behalf of the co-organizers, ISDB, Ministry of Finance, Government of Sierra Leone, DSTI, SMIDA, we are pleased to resume our partnership with AIM and the Ministry of Economy of the United Arab Emirates in our journey to discover disruptive companies and competitive solutions within Sierra Leone's startup ecosystem. AIM, short for the Annual Investment Meeting, is the largest investment platform in the world. As an initiative of the UAE's Ministry of Economy, AIM has been promoting a healthier global economy by linking investment opportunities to fast-growing economies under several key pillars: foreign direct investment, foreign portfolio investment, small and medium enterprises, future cities, One Belt and One Road, and startups, which is our key focus for today. To officiate today's competition, we would like to welcome Dr. Yakama, who is the who's the Director for Research and Delivery Division for the Ministry of Finance, Sierra Leone. Dr. Yakama, the stage is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, and I bring you greetings from the government of Sierra Leone. And I also want to extend thanks to the ISDB for extending an invitation to Sierra Leone to be a part of the annual investment meetings. Special thanks to the Ministry of Economy of the UAE and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, the Vice President, the Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai. The UAE and the ISDB have over the years been key development partners to Sierra Leone, especially in the health and agriculture sectors, which are key sectors in addition to education and social protection, which constitutes our human development portfolio. As we all know, the success of service delivery across these key sectors, amongst other factors, rely heavily on the availability of resources, governance, and partnerships. At the Ministry of Finance, as we continue to embark on radical public financial management reforms, we also view the private sector as a critical partner in economic development. Whilst working on creating the enabling supportive macroeconomic conditions, we're also working deliberately with partners such as the Ministry of Trade and Industry, the Small Medium Enterprises Development Agency, the Directorate of Science, Technology and Innovation, and development partners such as the World Bank to design and implement interventions that will not only improve the ease of doing business in Sierra Leone, but also the entrepreneurial ecosystem. This is done with a view to not only support businesses to thrive in the existing environment, but also to support them to be innovative enough to provide solutions to emerging domestic and international challenges. And one of the goals articulated in our National Innovation and Digital Strategy is to transform Sierra Leone into an entrepreneurial hub, leading in innovation and technology. But we're nowhere close to where we want to be. But so we're really grateful that the AIM did not allow the ongoing battle with the COVID-19 pandemic to force to miss out on the usual learnings and partnerships and networking that happens at the AIM meetings. We're grateful we're all being resilient and have started charting ways to reimagine our economies. So thank you once again to the AIM Congress for allowing us to have this virtual pitch competition virtually. To all the startups that have registered, thank you for taking part. I know in our conversations over the last couple of weeks, there are a lot of skepticism around international competitions like this. But thank you for registering and looking forward to your participation. As we all know, competing always goes beyond winning. It's about learning, relearning, networking, and continuous development on the path to success. So I want to encourage all of you to participate with game spirit and take away lessons for continued engagement with the government and partners. I know we talk a lot more about the ease of doing business and less about the global entrepreneurship index. But I assure you that going forward, as we take a systems approach view to not only managing the economy, but also in instituting public-private dialogue in Sierra Leone, we will continue to see how we can interface the ease of doing business and also how we can more actively work with startups, SMEs, and other stakeholders that are doing incubator programs and accelerator programs to better work with to better support our startups and businesses. To our judges, thank you for taking time out to join and help us in judging this competition. And I'm sure this would not be the end. We're looking to you for your expertise in the entrepreneurship and business ecosystem to provide ongoing advice and support to these startups. This is a really, really important session, and we thank you once again for making time out. And we want to assure you that the government of Sierra Leone, across the Ministry of Finance, DSTI, and SMIDA, we remain committed to helping our startups and SMEs reach their fullest potentials. So as we continue to battle COVID-19, may we all continue to see how we can work towards moving our economies forward to become more resilient and more innovative. And as the theme for this AIM meeting this year says, reimagining economies, the move towards a digital, sustainable, and resilient future, exploring investment opportunities. I hope we'll all approach this meeting and this pitch competition with this in mind so that we can take learnings from this experience forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yakama. Thank you for those kind words. And we are now excited to listen to each of the 9 shortlisted applicants to showcase their company's product and solutions as they compete for a chance to represent Sierra Leone at the final AIM 2020 Global Startups Champions League later this year. This will be happening at the AIM digital platform, which will be held on October 20th till the 22nd. Before we begin, let me first introduce you to the members of our jury panel for today's competition. We have our first jury, Melvin Foray, who is the Enterprise Development Planning and Research Manager for Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency. Our second jury, Fatima Sese, Founder, Managing Director for Unimax SL Limited and National Coordinator, Commonwealth Alliance for Young Entrepreneurs Africa. Our third jury is Simon Ske, Social Enterprise and Entrepreneurial Enabler Director, Think Africa Institute. And last but not the least, Mr. Bessem Soa, Head for Sub-Saharan Africa and Europe, ICEC ISDB Group. I would like to thank all our jury members for joining us today and for taking out and carving out time from their busy schedule to be a part of this competition. Before we hand over the floor to the first presenter, let us recap on the format and rules of the pitching competition. Each startup will be given 5 minutes for pitching and 5 minutes for Q&A with the juries. Timekeeping for the pitching and the Q&A will be managed in the chat box. Timekeeping for both will be managed by the organizers itself. Refrain from posting any messages, including promotional materials, in the chat room unless you're a jury member or part of the organizing team. Keep yourself on mute at all times unless you're the speaker. Scoring will take place after each Q&A session. Jury members to state done in the chat room once scoring is complete. Overall scores will be tallied at the end of the competition. The overall winner will be announced during the closing segment of today's event. If any participants happen to come across any technical difficulties, please do refresh your web browser or log out and log back in again. Otherwise, please switch to another web browser. This uh, Zoom platform is supported by Google Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Microsoft Edge. All right, without further ado, let us begin today's competition. Our first startup that we'll be presenting today is Go Market, and this is presented by Faja Barry. Faja, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, ready, waiting for you.
That's great. Okay, so will you be presenting, will you be sharing your screen or would you want us to present it for you?
Yeah, I'm using my phone. It will be very good that you help me by sharing my
Okay,
presentation.
sure. Sure, no problem. I would request the AIM team to please share Mr. Faja's presentation on the screen, please. Can we all see the presentation? Mr. Faja, are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
All right, great. So we are going to begin and your time starts now and all the best.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Faja Bari. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Go Market. And just like many other African countries, Sierra Leone agricultural supply chain is still informal. And a farmer lost every year 30 to 40% of their production while trying to sell their product to the market. And that is due to the lack of an appropriate transportation system, particularly for fresh and perishable product, poor handling, and most importantly, the bad pricing from middlemen. And with all these challenges, now, imagine having a digital platform whereby a simple click, you can connect that farmer to the provinces, to a retailer in Freetown, and help him deliver this product to their doorstep and with just a click. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just an imagination. After some research, testing, my team came up with a Go Market app to help bridge that gap. Go Market is a mobile app that enables vendors, retailers, and consumers to purchase from smallholder farmers and get it delivered to their doorstep for much lower price than informal market. With this innovation, we got selected by the Tony Elumelu Foundation and received a seed grant in 2018, and we became finalists also in 2019 of the Salcap Tech Startup Challenge. We have a viable market. Freetown alone has at least 2,000 to 3,000 small vendors that are having problems sourcing for their daily stock, buying a minimum $20 a day. Our goal is to be their main supplier by just connecting them to our platform. This seemed to be working perfectly for us. We started in early 2019 with just 4 retailers, and today we have 5 collection centers, and we are working with over 250 smallholder farmers. And our business model is based on retail, and our company is making for now up to 7 million monthly profit in just supplying vendor. It is a B2B business and also B2C. We have over 154 active users with a minimum of 10 home delivery per day. This innovation is possible because of our team. My co-founder is a software developer, a data scientist, and an open source enthusiast. I am, in the other hand, a digital marketing specialist with a deep knowledge in sales and digital communication. We are supported with a dedicated and passionate young team, which have background in farming, but also into agriculture. We believe with this, if we win and with this $50,000, we can scale up and impact up to 700 smallholder farmers by having one collection center in all of the 14 districts in Sierra Leone. This will help us finalize to set up also our central pack house with a solar powered cooling system. Ladies and gentlemen, with the ongoing global digital revolution. Please join us and let's connect our farmers to the internet, because the future of agriculture is technology, and that future starts with digital revolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Fajal. That was a great presentation. I would now request our juries to please come on board and present your questions for Go Market. Please, the stage is yours. Juries, Ms. Fatima, Mr. Simon, Mr. Melvin, Mr. Besem.
Okay, if I may start.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Bassam from IDB. Thank you for the presentation and for your ambitious project. Just a couple of questions. Just to wanted to understand more in detail your revenue model and how, because you have apparently a B2B and also a B2C type of model. So maybe you can shed light on the way it works, and whether you have subscriptions and or payment by transactions, or how it works from both sides, from the customer, the companies, and also from the companies. The second question is about the internet connection. So most likely, this is my understanding. This is based on it's a mobile app, so it's not you are not providing apparently a web version. So this will be based on the 3G or the 4G or whatever is available. So maybe you can probably explain to what extent the connection really is good and allows to support this kind of solutions, which needs apparently a good connection to the internet.
Okay, and thank you. And I'll start with that was a great discussion, and I will start with the first one. And our business model, yes, it is B2B, business to business, and also a business to consumer. Let me start by explaining how it works and how actually this we do. First of all, we are dealing directly with our network of farmers and small producers by negotiating the price with them. And we have set up to, yes, we have 5 collection center around 5 districts of Freetown. And in each collection centers, we have 50 to 25 smallholder farmers that is attached to it. We buy directly from these farmers, and we take the logistic in between from the farm to our warehouse. From the warehouse, we actually list this product from our mobile app, where a smallholder farmer, where a consumer can, by downloading the app, can see directly the product that are listed into the app with the pricing. We do free delivery, and we also are working with distributors. We have our network of retailers. We have for now 47 women that we are working with. After the collecting from the farmers, we actually get the product from our store and from our store facility, and then we contact all our retailers and then send the product to them by their request. So, and they retail and then put their profit margin and give us our balance. And then coming to the internet connectivity and internet connection, and how actually other users are using our platform. Yes, it is a e-platform. We are using mobile platform, and we sure that the farmers and the smallholder farmers and the distributors that we are working with, we take them through the process, and it is an internet based and app which you have to log in by using internet, and then from that point of view, we actually take them through the process and teach them how to go about our platform. Hello.
Mr. Besson, has he answered your question?
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you so much. Would the other juries would like to ask any other question, or there's still one left?
Yes.
Yes,
Now I have a question. Thank you very much, Go Market, for your presentation. My concern is the level of, as you said, as you stated in your presentation, we all know that our farmers, our local farmers in Sierra Leone have very limited education, and hence my concern for their level or ability to use an application, a mobile application. So I want to ask is, how do you intend for them to utilize the app, and how will they know how to maneuver, or like the whole process using the app, you buying from them and all that? That is one question. That is one question. And number two, so you stated also that you are taking the logistical side of the business as well, taking the doorstep and everything. Do you are you going to partner, or if you've only started, are you partnering with a delivery partner, or you have an internal delivery solution? And how big is your fleet for distribution? And also, I would like to know how during this whole chain process, because you're the middleman, how do you receive revenue from the whole chain? Do you buy at farm gate prices with the farmers, and then add a little bit of profit before selling retail to your partners?
Actually, sorry, I'm sorry to cut it off over here, but the time is up actually for the Q&A. I would request actually now all the juries. Unfortunately, Mr. Fajar, you will not be able to answer this question because your time is up. Unless you would like to put it in the chat box, you can do so.
Can I do that?
You can put it in the chat box, but unfortunately, we cannot allow you to speak because your time is up. So I would now request all the juries to please proceed and score the startup, Go Market, and we will come back in 2 minutes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, juries, I hope you've all finished scoring for the startup. Please bear in mind, every time you finished scoring, please put in done in the chat box. All right, we will now proceed to the next startup. But before I do, I see here Mr. Simon has joined the Zoom call. Mr. Simon, are you here?
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Before I proceed to the next startup, I just wanted to confirm, have you been able to log into your jury profile?
Yes, please.
All right, great. So please make sure that you've logged in, because the next startup while presenting, you can keep this profile open and then you can accordingly score them once you've done presenting. All right?
Yes.
All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So we will now proceed to the next startup. The next startup that we'll be presenting is A1 Solutions, and this will be presented by Samson. Samson, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. I would also request everyone to please put on your cameras, because we would like to see some faces representing Sierra Leone. So that would be really, it will add a lot more flavor to this competition. So please do share your camera. Great, and please share your screen.
Amira, I sent some videos to Amira yesterday. Amira, can we please do the video if you are here?
Okay, great. We can, if Amira has his video, please do share it. So you're going to start off with the video?
Yes. So
okay.
After much deliberation with my team, we actually decided that much of what I actually want to say is embedded in the video. So.
Okay, fine, great. The moment Amira plays the video, your 5 minutes will begin from there. All right?
Great.
Thank you so much, and all the best.
Under this circumstance of coronavirus spreading around the world, the traditional in-class teaching and learning activities are greatly influenced, especially in less developed countries like Sierra Leone. School closures have widened learning inequalities and hurt vulnerable children and youth disproportionately. In this uncertain environment, it's important that learning continues, even if it can't happen in person. Schools and universities haven't faced this level of disruption in generations. But unlike any time in the past, we have the ability to continue education even when schools close. More than ever, it is now a necessity for schools and colleges to upgrade their institutional processes with mobile, digital, as well as cloud technologies that make school management more efficient and education goals easier to achieve. Technology-enabled automation tools now make so many everyday tasks much easier. .ed refers broadly to ensuring continuity of education and its related activities to support children's resilience and well-being and reduce anxiety during an emergency, as remote e-learning solutions can mitigate the immediate disruption caused by COVID-19 and establish approaches to develop more open and flexible education systems for the future.
.edu has been built to assist institutions in automating their process and enhance remote learning. This also means that this task can be done solely by the system, freeing up those involved to perform more important tasks. Some of the most common features include paperless admission, online fees collection and management, finance management, transport and hostel management, attendance management, parent, student, teacher collaboration tool, inventory management, exam results management, online teaching via Zoom, and with the world growing increasingly mobile, it is essential that educational institutions follow suit. This is the reason that .edu offers schools a dedicated web and mobile-based app in your school's name. This does not only help elevate the brand image of your school, but it also helps everyone stay connected in a seamless manner. This app works for all user types, with a number of functions that can be done by each user.
Additionally, .edu is very easy to install into your school system and can be efficiently used by any person with a minimal IT training. .edu is leveraging existing technologies to improve access to qualified, relevant, and contextual digital learning content. Our mission is to improve holistic learning outcomes for children and youth in Sierra Leone through digital technology. This innovative approach will will help pioneer many of the conveniences of students and hence resulting in a kind of education that is research proven to be just as effective as conventional instruction. As with most real-world activities, there are numerous benefits of using softwares to digitalize school system. The most apparent to this project is the unification of the entire process. Schools are developing at a very brisk speed and becoming more complex. It is necessary to have a system that helps educational institutes run smoothly and comfort operations. Rather than promoting continuous workflow, the traditional system actually hampers them. .edu is designed to make your life easier. It is the nervous system of your institution around which other technologies are incorporated. To know more about the various features of .edu and the way it can benefit your educational institute, contact us on the various mediums on the screen.
All right, was that it, or would you be?
Thank you, Amira. So that was in a bid to include my whole team, inclusiveness. So that was the only way I could have them have their say, play their part in this presentation. So by the way, I wouldn't forgive myself if I fail to underscore that this project was inspired by the president's flagship program, the free quality education, and of course, added to that, the main objective of this system is to much more eradicate academic fraud, establish connectivity between schools, and make the performance of certain tasks much faster than humans. Of course, this also means that these tasks can be done solely by the system, of course, freeing up all those involved to do more important tasks. The simplicity of this project it shows the effectiveness of the whole system.
Samson, sorry.
It's fine, yeah.
Yep, sorry, your time is up. I would now request our juries to please come on stage. Mr. Melvin, would you like to proceed with the first question?
Yes, thank you very much. Can you get me?
Sure.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, thank you. It's a good presentation. I just want to know the revenue stream you're using. How will you be making your money? What are your sources of revenue for this product?
Great. So I think I should just project here. Is it okay if I project, right?
Yes, yes, you can.
Can you all see my screen? Sure. So, sorry. So here, from the data collected, the school share, just so I take it back. So these are the target groups. According to the 20, this data was collected from the 19 annual school census report. So there are estimately 10,747 schools total, according to the DSTI Education Hub. On a one-off payment, these are the descriptions we tend to provide, because previously we lacked emotional appeal. So we went back and did a survey and did some correction and review. So we tend to provide computers in a bid to provide more emotional appeal. For primary schools on a one-off payment, okay, each primary school is expected, K-12 is expected to pay $1,000, equivalent to 10 million loans per annum, on a one-off payment for the first year of installation. Secondary school, 25 million, and tertiary school, 5 million. This can be reviewed subsequently. So subsequently, after the first installation, we tend to charge each student for the K-12, 50,000, that's equivalent to $5 per annum per student. And the secondary school, $15 equivalent to 150,000 loans, and 200,000 for the tertiary equivalent $30. So that's how we tend to.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah.
That was my
Yeah.
that was my concern.
Great.
Thank you very much, Mr. Melvin. Would Mr. Simon like to proceed with the next question? Mr. Simon? Mrs. Simon, are you here? Okay, we can go to Ms. Fatma. Ms. Fatma, would you like to ask the next question?
Yes, thank you, .edu. I wanted to ask you, is this business already up and running? And how long have you been operational? And also, I want you to clarify the computers that I saw. Are you the one providing the computers to the schools, or they're just paying for the license yearly?
It's fine.
Yes. Like I mentioned, our previous project proposal lacked an emotional appeal. So what you just stated was what we intended to do, just provide for them the system, and that's it. So we came back to the drawing board and decided to for this one-off payment, say primary school, we'll be providing. So this is our description. This is our financial service plan and the terms and conditions attached to that. So the onus is on .edu to provide the computers for them with unlimited SMS and internet connectivity to access the .edu.
Okay.
Of course, we will also be putting up a free college website for them.
So that's where I have a question, because and I saw from your financial plan that you said 5 laptops maximum for primary school, which will cost about $1,000. So you're given a package of $1,000 for 5 laptops to a school, and also with other unlimited SMS, internet connectivity, and all that for an annual fee of $1,000. Before you did your financial plan, did you actually go around and take a pro forma from electronic businesses to find out what one laptop will cost you before you're giving a fee of $1,000 for 5 computers to a school?
Yes, in fact, yes, we did. So here, as you can see here, the cost estimation for computers, of course, was made at $5,500 each. So that $1,000 is for the one-off payment. Ongoing, just below the next column, that's the annual per student fee. So ongoing, that's our investment to them. That's our investment. Ongoing, a child at primary level is expected to pay 50,000 euros per annum for such service. So for the first year, that's what they pay, the $1,000 for all these hours, and we provide all those services for them.
Right, I think
I'm using my phone, so.
I'm sorry, but unfortunately the time is up, and we would now request all the juries to please go and score A1 solution. Thank you very much, Samson. Ms. Padma, are you able to view all the startups now on the portal? Ms. Padma?
Hello?
Yes, are you able to view all the startups in the portal right now?
Not yet. I'm still trying to do that, and I will update you once I'm done. I'm actually trying to refresh.
Okay, fine, no problem then. All the juries, please proceed to score, and we will be back in 2 minutes. Thank you very much. All right, we now proceed to the next startup to present. The next startup that will be coming to present next is TapTap, and this will be presented by Mohammed. Mohammed, are you here?
Hello, yes, I am here. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Mohammed, will you be able to share your screen right now?
I should. Just 1 second. Okay. Sharing screen now. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. All the best, Mohammed, and your time begins now.
Okay. Hello, my name is Mohammed. I'm a founder of TapTap. Commuting in Freetown is a serious pain, and we all know this because it's very slow, very risky, very expensive, and comfortable. The reason for this is because access to public transport system is entirely human dependent. And what we mean by this, the rise in Freetown's population and the increase in vehicle has resulted into serious traffic congestion. And hailing is entirely done by hand, whether it's under the rain, under the sun, night or day. People have to go to designated places to hail for a vehicle when they want to move from point X to point Y. And average waiting time could be up to 35 minutes. And sometimes this puts people in serious risk, especially in the early morning rush or evening rush when people are going back home. Drivers and passengers exchange money physically, which exposes them to serious health crisis. We see how COVID has been said to communicate or move from one person to another through the exchange of money. So we propose a solution, which is a ride-hailing platform called TapTap that allows passengers and drivers to order a ride with just a tap. It is safe, reliable, affordable, convenient, and it offers e-payment means, in-app e-payment means for commuters in busy cities like Freetown. It works on Android and iOS as well as web. How does it work? Once you register for the app, you can plug in your destination, and then you hail by your choosing from one of the options available, either Keke, which is the rickshaw, TapTap regular, or TapTap luxury. The good thing is you are able to estimate your trip cost and your travel journey right before the beginning of the trip. When you request, you can monitor the driver as he drives to come pick you up from your location, and as well at the end of the trip, you can see all the trip report before you make payment. Don't forget you can pay using the TapTap money, which is the in-app payment. Now, we have proposed 3 payment options, knowing this market very well that digital payment penetration is still quite low. So first we did the TapTap money, which allows P2P, that is person to person within the app. This is entirely safe, cashless means of payment. That means if passenger wants to pay a driver, you just need to load your TapTap wallet. It works much like mobile money. The second one is card. We know some of the people want to use their debit or credit card. So we partner with Stripe, our leading global payment gateway. This allows people with credit and debit card to service their trips using a card. And finally, we know some people neither have a card nor have TapTap money at a given point. So yes, we accept cash payment. But for us to do this, the driver needs to have money in his wallet. So we deduct our commission upfront before the passenger gives cash to the driver. So ladies and gentlemen, 3 payment options for one service. So this makes it possible for everyone in the society to use our service. And what makes TapTap very valuable to the market is that hailing is no longer done by hand. You can hail from your phone wherever. And then pickup is guaranteed. No more a driver lies to you that, hey, I'm at point X, whilst you are somewhere else. So, and the risk to contact sickness has been reduced drastically because payment can be done electronically. And there is an estimated market of 1.6 million prospects. And then if you say a $3 an average cost per trip for a 21 days someone travels, that gives you about $1 million market value. Since inception, we have 5,000 registered passengers, 41 registered vehicles, and we've done about 2,132 trips. 5% of the trips are paid for by card, 15% mobile money, 20% TapTap money, and 60% cash. We have partners, the National Youth Commission, who are helping us with interns, drivers or admin support staff, AfriCell, who are supporting us with other services, RS Cab Service, and then MeRide, a Keke fleet company. We've been recognized recently and awarded some by Seedstars 2019, we are a runner-up. We got $75,000 in kind prize. And 2020 National Digital Champion of Sierra Leone by the Africa Digital Foundation. And also we are the national partner for GEF EPA e-mobility project, which is about a $500,000 project to pilot e-mobility in Freetown, which is planned to kick off sometimes early next year. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite you all to tap now and help us support commuters in busy cities like Freetown to travel safe and in a convenient way.
Thank you very much, Mohammed. That was a very great presentation. I would now request Mr. Simon to please come on stage and proceed with the first question.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Mohammed. My question is, how many working kekes and cars do you have currently on the platform, and if they are working?
We have 41 registered, and since we are partnering with fleet owners, we do not own them. Sometimes we have about up to 75% of those active at a given time.
75%, what number is that of 41?
Like I said, sometimes it's not actually always. So because
on every given time, on the average, how many working cars are on the platform?
So take it about 30 cars will always be active on the platform at a given time.
Thank you.
Yes, that makes 75%.
Yes, I'm done.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Simon. I will now request Mr. Besson to please proceed with the next question.
Yes, thank you. So basically, I wanted to know how scalable is this project, and the second thing is that are there other players or other similar solutions in the market? If not, what make this project sustainable? If tomorrow, for example, there will be some other players, either regional or international, or maybe local players that are much more maybe has much more capabilities IT-wise, or maybe logistics-wise or knowledge-wise. So how can you really react, and what makes you still being in a kind of comfort zone, or more confident that this can grow up and scale up quickly?
Thank you for your question. I'll start with the second one, whether other players are here. We are the first to start ride-hailing service in Sierra Leone. There is a player that provides similar service, but they are doing it only for in-house. That means only for their own fleet, and they are targeting the high end. To the second question about scalability, of course, this has worked in other markets, and that means that it's possible for other people to start it locally, or other people coming from the region. It's quite scalable, and what makes us very hopeful about the sustainability, our partnership with GEF, the Global Environment Fund, will enable us to transition to a completely zero emission vehicle, and we'll be the first to do that in the sub-region, not just Sierra Leone. Whilst we're looking forward to that, we are ramping up our partnership with all fleet owners. MiRide, which is one of our partners, has over 200 kekes active in the market. When we complete registering all those people, that will give us access to owning over 50% of the market share. We are going to take advantage of being first in the market, and the fact that we have in-house team of tech developers, marketers, and business development professionals. We'll use this to our advantage to have an edge over competitors that will be looking at venturing into the business. A couple of guys have started, but they couldn't succeed. This could be some of the challenges, but we are continuing to improve our product and continue innovating our services, so we always maintain a competitive edge in the market.
All right, I hope he's answered your question, Mr. Besson.
Thank you.
All right, great. We still have 2 minutes left. Would Mr. Melvin like to ask the next question?
Yes. I want to know what's the major challenge you're facing currently in introducing the product into the market? Because in my thought flow, your figures seem to be at an average of $3. That's a high comparatively to the normal market rate of less than $0.5. So how do you navigate such challenges, and what is your current challenge in the market?
So our two key challenges is education on the side of the drivers. Majority of public transport drivers are either not too educated academic-wise or not techie people. So we are spending lots of resources, time and money on education process. Hence the need why we partnered with the National Youth Commission for them to help us identify people with the basic requirement to operate a smartphone and the app. And secondly, the other challenge is access to fleet. Whilst we are boasting of 41 fleet, but this is still very small to service a population of about 2 million in Freetown alone. We are looking forward to ramping up this by having at least 100 active cars per day if we want to scale this business. Now that takes lots of partnership. We have positioned the business to zero rate our commission right now. So we attract people to bring in their cars, and we take no commission from the
How many of the 2 million Freetowners are you expecting to be on this platform? Because your last statement assumed that 2 million people will be on the platform. Can you give us what your estimate is?
Oh, we did not assume 2 million will be on the platform. That's the Freetown population. So we're looking at 30% of that population is enough for us to scale the business to the other part of the country.
All right, the time is up, and we will now request all the juries to please proceed for scoring the startup. Tap. Thank you very much, Mohammed. That was a great presentation, and all the best for you. We will now come back within 2 minutes. Juries, please post in done once you're done scoring Tap. Thank you very much, juries. We will now proceed to our next startup. The next startup that we'll be presenting is Smiling Through Light, and this will be presented by Ms. Mariama. Ms. Mariama, are you here? You're on mute.
Yes, hello everyone here, I'm here.
Hello, all right, so will you be able to share your screen right now?
Yes, I'll do that.
All right, great. Your time begins now and all the best.
Thank you. When it comes to the role of energy, particularly in Africa, the role of women is limited to that of consumers instead of active players and agents. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mariama Kamara, and I'm the founder and director of Smiling Through Light. Since 2011, I've been actively working on Smiling Through Light, ensuring to build a team that represents Sierra Leone on a global platform to be one of the best leading energy companies in Sierra Leone and throughout Africa. Our team is backed by different experts from different organizations who sit on our advisory board. We currently have a team of 10 local staff, including our female sales agents, admin staff, and area sales manager. With a population of 7 million in Sierra Leone, only 26% has access to electricity. That number drops down to 6% in the country's rural areas. Many people are forced to rely on toxic and expensive kerosene lamp as their primary source of lighting. In parallel, many women lack jobs and income generating opportunities, with employment rate at 4.42%, which is similar across West and Sub-Saharan Africa. Our solution is this. So Smiling Through Light focuses on clean energy access. We work with a network of local women to provide clean, reliable, and sustainable energy in Sierra Leone through the distribution and sales of solar products to last mile communities. Our overall vision is to provide women, girls, and their communities access to energy, create jobs, and income opportunities to lift them out of poverty. You might ask why female agents? From our learning and also global research, we know that women are very good sales agents, they're good at communicating, and they have excellent community connections. Me, Anita, she's one of our female sales agents in Lonsau, solving the energy access problem. She's paid on a monthly basis. We have local partnerships with banks, which helps her to contribute towards her household. For Anita, it's not just the income. She's more confident, healthy, and doing great work. Our customers are local communities, businesses, and corporates. Research shows that buying a solar product creates and reduces spending of between $30 to $40 per household. The opportunity is big. The African market is 1.75 billion per year, West Africa 231, and in Sierra Leone 33 million. Our business model is quite simple. We purchase solar products from different manufacturers, and our team trains all our agents, does all the work at our head office in Freetown, and our sales agents go out into communities to sell products, or community members can come directly to our hubs. Overall, the community members benefit from products that lighten up their homes, studying, and business facilities. Since starting operations in 2018, we have sold 812 products, reaching 7,308 people. We've created 11 jobs, trained over 800 community members, and have strategic partnerships with the UN, Power for All, and PwC. Our competition in Sierra Leone is quite bleak, and it will be the same for most of the startups here today, where international organizations take up most of the market. But we stand out as an indigenous company, working with female agents, and have a really lean business model. Currently, we're selling solar products, but in the future, we plan to add home systems using PAYGO technology and moving into different territories within the country. These are our forecasts and sales. Obviously, with COVID, our 2020 plans have shifted a bit, but we aim to recoup and start everything properly in 2021. Our marketing skills are very simple because of the communities we work with. So we use jingles, skits, radio and TV. We use t-shirts, social media, and also reach to the African diaspora. Our plan for this year is to raise 250K in seed funding, so grants and equity, which would cover 65% would be for our inventory, operational cost, and payroll cost. So join us and support Smiling Through Light to invest in a brand that would scale up enterprises and become a leader in Sierra Leone. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mariama. That was a really nice presentation. I would now request all our juries to come on stage. We would start the first question by Ms. Fatima. Ms. Fatima, are you here?
Yes, I'm right here.
Great.
Thank you, Mariama, for your presentation. So I just wanted to ask you, what is your revenue over the last 12 months?
So our financial accounts that were done last year for period November 2018 to 2019, in sales, we made nearly $20,000, and with grant revenue, 23. So 40, so last year we made a profit. So on that year, we made about $41,000.
Okay, so what's your company capacity right now?
So right now on the ground, we have a team of 10. And obviously our plan is to create much more jobs as we go along.
Noted.
All right, would Mr. Melvin like to ask the next question? You're on mute.
Yeah. Thank you, Mariama, for it's a beautiful presentation. Again, what are your challenges? How has the market taken up your product? What are the feedback from your clients? Is your model, what you've tested, is it working for you for now?
Yeah, thank you so much, Melvin. I think like our key challenges that, as most of us would know, the energy market is so male dominated. So for women entering, it's really, really difficult. But what we've tried to do is use really innovative ideas. We really understand the local communities that we work in. So we use a lot of storytellings. Any territory that we launch into, we spend a whole month doing community engagement, which means working with all the chiefs, local women, Okada riders. And once we've done that, before we even set up our hubs, we have a big community event where we invite the whole community. We use drumming, skits, and then teach them about how solar products work.
Sorry if I can intervene quickly. What I was getting to was, what's the payment? How are clients paying back? Okay, do you give them credit? How do you get paid back? Are you receiving the revenue? Are you growing your revenue?
So our payments method is that in our hubs, customers can just come to the shop and buy a solar product. And then also we have a credit system where customers have to put an initial deposit and they have a 2-month period to pay. So our sales agents, our team is set up that we have an area sales agent in a hub. Then you've got the female sales agents that work there. And our head office in Freetown supports that with regular calls to the communities and supporting them.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Simon, would you like to ask the next question?
Yes, please. I have 3 questions. I am aware, Aminata, that AFOD supports some of your work. I haven't seen any acknowledgement of how that fits into your general presentation. That's one. In which communities are you working in Sierra Leone? And finally, what makes you sustainable given the competition you have? You've mentioned Easy, Wow Energy, and everybody. How sustainable do you find yourself?
Yeah, so in one of the slides, I mentioned AFOD support in terms of funding and business, so they were recognized there. So AFOD's been really, really good, and I think in Sierra Leone, those are the types of initiative we actually need to encourage, to have local hubs which develops startups. So a part of the funding, we also received technical assistance from them. The communities that we're working with, within the next 3 to 4 years, our plan is to target the north, which has...
where are you currently working?
Yeah, so we're currently operating in the north. So our head office is in Freetown. We have a shop in Kamakwe, we have a shop in Lonsau, and we're setting up in Tombo and Cambia.
Thank you.
And sustainability. So Smiling Through Light is quite a lean business to run. So our product, from average, you get them from $4 to $20 at most, and then we scale up. So staff salaries are quite lean. Monthly burn rate is about $1,000. And we make over that amount. So with all the learning that we've been receiving, we've been able to ensure that it's definitely a scalable model and something that's going to be sustainable beyond Sierra Leone to different African countries.
Thank you.
All right, we have only about 30 seconds left, but if there is one short question to be asked, Mr. Besson.
Okay, very short one. I saw you mentioned that PwC and also EBRD. So what's the connection? What kind of link you have with them?
So with PwC, when I started Smiling Through Light, I actually took part in an accelerator program competition, which we won. And PwCs were one of the funders. So getting on the accelerator, PwC mentors you. In my position, it was PwC and Linklaters. And since then, they're part of our board. They've always supported the work that we do. They actually sponsored our first pilot in Sierra Leone. So we just built that relationship over the last couple of years.
Yes, sorry, your time is up. We will now request all our juries to please proceed in scoring Smiling Through Light. Thank you very much for the presentation. It was a great job and all the best. All right, juries, please proceed to scoring the startup. We'll be back in 2 minutes for the next startup to present. Thank you very much. All right, we're now going to proceed to our next startup. The next startup that we'll be presenting is Eco Water Solutions. This will be presented by Mr. Benson. Mr. Benson, are you here?
Hello, I'm here.
All right, great. Will you be able to present your pitch deck, or would you want us to present it for you?
I will be able.
All right, great then. So the stage is yours, and all the best.
Yeah. Thank you. My name is Benson Kande. I'm the founder, CEO of Water Solution. And we have found out that access to safe drinking water should not be a luxury, but a basic human right. And Sierra Leone is a small country, the population of 7.7 million people. And based on the surveys, only 42% of the Sierra Leone population lack access to safe drinking water, while 58% have access to safe drinking water. So as a result of all this, these are the problems. Here you see children walking a long distance, fetching water from an unprotected source. That is not good. That leads to so many diseases at the end. And also we can look at the other problem as well, which is using the heavy duty drilling equipment. Community by themselves cannot afford to drill a borehole by themselves, except with the help of government and other agencies. And the other problem also is this. After the government or other agencies have drilled the borehole, they put an Indian Mark II pump, which is okay. But Indian Mark II pump tend to be another problem instead of solution at the end. People standing in queue to fetch water, which spends a lot of time. As a result of that, children late from going to school, women late cooking at home because of the time they spent, and fetching the water because they have to stand in queue, in line. You can see as well, look at the line, they have to stand in line waiting for each order before ever they can fetch water. So these are some of the problems we are trying to solve in our country, not only Sierra Leone, but Africa as a whole. You can see they are using rope, buckets, the traditional method to fetch water, which also is a means of contaminating the well. So what we do, Eco Water Solution, we work on a simple drilling equipment, which is locally made. We are in with training people, local people, how to build up a local drilling equipment, where you drill your own well as a community. People will go with it, we arrange how much you're going to pay, we come together, like something we call Ususu. We drill your own well yourself. They're not only drilling the well, we also work on a pump system, which is locally made as well. We work on a pump system called the SF pump, where the people, after you have drilled your well, you install your pump by yourself. By so doing, access to safe drinking water is multiplying the country. As a community, we don't have to sit and wait on government or other agencies to come to our aid, because there are a lot of things to be done. So if we can use innovation, self-supply method, I think we can have access to safe drinking water by 2030. And not only that, our solution also continues for communities that have open wells, as I earlier mentioned in my presentation. If you have an open well where you use buckets to fetch water, we can go there, improve the well, give it a multiple tap where 4, 5, 6 people can fetch water at the same time without waiting for anyone. That has cut down on the time they spend fetching water as well. If you have an Indian Mark II well that is no longer functioning in your community, we can also go there, fix our SF pump system, so you can fetch water instead of ignoring the pump system, the Indian Mark II, going to the stream to fetch water. This is a problem also we tend to solve and we are solving. Talking about our business model, we make money whenever we are contacted to drill wells, to drill boreholes in communities, to improve hand-dug wells, to improve our Indian Mark II broken pumps. These are some of the means we drill wells, we earn our money, and we also know that youth employment is also a problem. So we train young people as well to be a wash technicians in their various communities, to be a business people wherein they can make money and we can make money. These are some of the impacts. We have drilled a lot of way in the Western Rural District. We have done it in the North. We have done it in the urban part. The pump is going there. So we are calling on our donors, everybody, to support our mission in reaching the last mile in saving lives with access to safe drinking water. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Benson. I would now request the juries to please come on stage and ask your questions. Mr. Benson, would you like to proceed with the first question?
Yeah, hello. Just wanted to know more details about the revenue module. If you can explain more on how this has been validated already.
Adi?
Mr. Besson, could you please repeat your question again?
Okay, so the question is about the revenue model. Can you just provide more details on the revenue model, the business model? How are you going to the revenue streams, and how was this validated in the market already?
Yeah, our revenue stream is, of course, we are contacted to drill boreholes, because now, based on our previous works we've done the past years, people have found out that contacting the heavy duty company like those with the hydraulic drilling, the mechanical drilling costs $15,000, $10,000. So they prefer calling on Echo Water Solution, who drills wells for something like $500 to $1,000 to drill for them. So we get our money through drilling boreholes, through improving an existing hand-dug well with multiple tap system, and also doing some community and the water point where you go there, you pay 500 loans and you have your water at your time. You don't have to waste time. And those are some of that. Those are the revenue stream. That's how we make money.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Besson. Ms. Fatima, would you like to ask the next question? Ms. Fatima? Mr. Melvin, would you like to proceed?
Yes, I just wanted to know the cost per well and how is the payment method? Is the community paying for it, or do you depend on support to the community to generate your revenue?
Okay. Yeah, of course. When we go to a community first, we look for this problem. And the problem, when we know that the problem is water, access to safe drinking water, we have a meeting with the community. Now, this is an affordable and sustainable technology or pump system. As a community, we have to come together, put some finance together, and see how you can have water. So they have to ask, how much is the pump? So we'll tell them exactly the cost, and the part they are going to play, because they are going to use the labor, they are going to provide labor to drill the well. In the process, we are also training them so that they can be able to sustain, to maintenance the pump whenever there is an issue. So the community people come together, they put some funds together, and we go there.
So how much is the pump? How much is the pump?
Okay, the price of the pump depends on the location. Sometimes it's 3 million, sometimes 5 million, sometimes 6 million, depending on the location and the soil profile. Yeah.
And is it often sold to individuals, or it is to directly to the community?
Individual as well. People will also do it for individual homes, communities. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
We still have about 2 minutes left. Mr. Simon, would you like to ask the next question?
Benson, well done. Question, I see you are looking for $50,000 for this round. What are you aiming to do with that money? And number two, what is your sustainability for scaling up?
Yeah, our plan is to be able to work on more drilling equipment, because working on drilling equipment costs some money. So we want to work on more drilling equipment. We train more young people so that we'll be able to target all the districts in Sierra Leone.
Okay, and how do you plan to keep afloat and being sustainable given the other competition?
Not only that, everyone in Sierra Leone. Yeah, the other thing also is building more water points in all locations, so many locations where people go, they pay, and they'll be fetching water in communities.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We still have 1 minute left, unless Ms. Fatima would like to ask the last question. Ms. Fatima, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Would you like to ask the last question? We still have 1 minute left.
Yes, I just want a breakdown on the cost that he was talking about. I want to know what the setting up cost is, and what is your profit margin per pumps. So what's your expenditure, or total expenditure to fix it up, and then what's your profit margin? And also, what's your yearly forecast? How many pumps do you actually do yearly?
All right. Of course, our profit and depends on the location. Like for in the Western Rural District, where we have done over 39 wells presently, boreholes, and of course, people pay 5 million per well, including the drilling, fixing of our pump, and also doing the head wall. And out of that 5 million, at least we make something like 2,300,000 just. Now, because the community people also are going to participate to enhance sustainability and ownership.
Mr. Benson, unfortunately, the time is up. We would now request all the juries to please go proceed and score the startups. We will come back in about 2 minutes. Thank you very much, Mr. Benson, and all the best.
Thank you. Welcome.
All right, we are now going to proceed to our next startup. The next startup that will be presented is Kenema ICT and Management College, and this will be presented by Mr. Bukhare. Mr. Bukhare, are you here?
Yes.
All right, great. And I believe our team will be sharing your presentation for you.
Yes, correct.
Okay, Amira, do you have the presentation for Kenema? Okay, great. And your time starts now, and all the best.
All right. Hello to everyone, and all existing protocols observed. My name is Abokari Bayo. I'm the founder and the Chief Executive Officer of Kenema ICT and Management College. I'm honored to participate in the AIM pitch competition today. This opportunity will not only limit my college to the confines of this competition, but it will showcase to the wider world the outstanding work we have been doing as a startup business in my home country, Sierra Leone. Now, let's go to the background of why I established the Kenema ICT and Management College. Kenema ICT and Management College was established in early 2019, and it was born out of my vision, which is to bridge the income gap in Sierra Leone through financial empowerment, capacity building, and job creation. My home country, Sierra Leone, has an estimated population of 7 million people, but the income disparity is very wide, and the fundamental reasons range from illiteracy, access to finance, and unemployment. Being in existence for less than 2 years, we have been able to, in addition to doing our normal course programs, provided free computer trainings in Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint to our military and police personnel in the country, which was aimed at improving their leverage on basic computer skills. We have also launched the Catch Them Young program, and this scheme caters for primary and secondary school pupils to learn the basics of computer while in school. As we all know, computer literacy has been a major challenge in our country, even among graduates and the working class. Our targeted market. As a college approved and accredited by our country's Tertiary Education Commission to carry on educational programs leading to the awards of certificates and national diplomas in management, ICT, and accounting courses, we cater for students, particularly women, who finished secondary and high school but do not have the required university credit requirement to enroll into mainstream degree programs at any of our country's universities. Because we are not focused on recording high profit margin at this time, our fees are discounted to accommodate the larger percentage of our targeted populace. This has, over the short period of time, proven to be very effective and useful as it has contributed to reducing high school dropouts. Another area of concern has also stemmed from getting our vulnerable population to a tertiary education level, since most of them frown at enrolling into skills training programs. Scholarship opportunity. Because our country's economy is fragile with high literacy and poverty rates, we have launched a scholarship scheme that automatically gives tuition-free opportunities. So every female student who gains admission into any of our ICT and journalism programs, this scheme will help to have more female into the ICT and journalism world, since these critical areas have less women involvement. The wider goal is to have more people either being self-employed or compete for better paying jobs. Now, with the negative economic impact of the COVID-19 on our country's economy, parents do not necessarily have to overstretch themselves any longer to source funding for their kids or loved ones to attend our college. Financials. Our gross turnover is estimated at 12,000 currently, due to the fact that we are new entrant into the educational sector, but we're expecting drastic improvement in 2020. Challenges. As a startup, we are yet struggling with securing and running the college, particularly because we are not asking too much from our students, since our goal is to have more people in college, thereby reducing our country's literacy level to a lower and admirable position. And because we are still new, we are struggling with getting the much needed student that will meet our running costs, since we have not secured any funding from any government or external source. Employment. I have a total of 11 full-time employees and several part-time ones who are working professionals. Our college logo is "It Can Always Get Better." Conclusion. In accordance with my vision, which is to build the income gap in Sierra Leone through financial empowerment, capacity building, and job creation, I have also, in the area of financial empowerment, established in 2017 Trust Microfinance and Title Loans, where we process and disburse low-interest loans to business people, mostly women and the working class. Both the college and the microfinance are integral part of our country's economy. Thank you all for listening. I think this is the end of my presentation for now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bukhari. I would now request our juries to please come on stage and proceed with the first questions. Ms. Fatima, would you like to ask the first question? Ms. Fatima? Okay, I will ask Mr. Simon then. Mr. Simon, would you like to ask the first question?
Hello, Bukhari. Good afternoon. Your project is on ICT. Kenema and its environments are very difficult with ICT. How are you able to run the program, I assume, for an ICT in that space? What does it cost you per month to do that? And how many students do you have, and how much on average is each student paying?
All right. This is a college. It's like it's a normal college, just like we have other community colleges, but it's in Kenema, and that's the reason why I gave it Kenema ICT and Management College. We currently have a student population of 150, and we have discounted. Our tuition fees are discounted based on the fact that the poverty rate is very high.
How much is the fees now on the average?
Well, it's discounted, so we basically take like 800,000 per student, but ordinarily it should be like
per year.
Per year, because the reason being we're expecting to have more people come to the college. If you look at our literacy rate, Israel is very high, and particularly Kenema that I came from, we carry maybe up to 40% of that 70%, which is very bad, and I saw it as a challenge.
What kind of courses are you teaching in that school?
We are doing different programs in ICT like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, web browsing, everything ICT related. That's what we are approved for, and we have specialized in lecturers who are dealing with that. In addition to ICT, we also have management programs like HR, finance, accounting. All of this is like it's a college. So what do you expect? What you expect other colleges to do? That's what we are doing. It's just that we are very reasonable. We are trying to get more people into our college. We are trying to get more people come to college and learn the basics.
All right, thank you.
Can I go?
Yes, Mr. Melvin, you can proceed.
Yeah, I'm just want to know what's the innovation, what's new are you taking to Kenema, while we and of course the locality, while we know that there have been existing universities and colleges. Yeah, what is new with you?
Okay, let me tell you one thing. If you look, Kenema, we don't have many colleges in Kenema in the first place. Kenema, we only maybe by the start of 2021 we'll have a university. Kenema only has like very few colleges. We have a branch of IPAM. We have a branch of IPAM and a few other colleges. We don't have up to 4 colleges in Kenema. So we don't have up to 4 colleges in Kenema. And Kenema being hello. And Kenema being the 3rd largest city in Sierra Leone, I think we are underdeveloped when it comes to education. So we need to bring in the idea, which is a welcome one, and that will serve as an effective alternative to the existing colleges. They are not looking at the things I'm looking at. They are not looking at modern learning programs like what I'm doing. So in the provinces right now, from Kenema to Bo, this is the first opportunity that they have where they can come and specialize in ICT programs.
All right, thank you. Well, I was expecting subject matter innovation, say what's different from what you get from the Jala is very close by in Bo, and it's just like 20-minute drive, and it's attracting a lot of clients to Jala. What will take them to you? That was what I was expecting. But thank you very much.
Okay, we have about 2 minutes left. Mr. Besson, would you like to ask the question?
Thank you. Actually, I don't have a question. This is clear. I mean, business model and everything is clear. Thank you.
Okay, great. Ms. Fatma? Ms. Fatma, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I'll pass. I don't have a question right now.
Okay, no problem. Then we will then just proceed for scoring Kenema. Thank you very much, Bokare. That was a great presentation, and I wish you all the best. Juries, you may now proceed to the AIM portal to score the startup, and we will be back in up to 2 minutes. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to proceed now to our next startup. The next startup that we'll be presenting is DEMS Design, and this will be presented by Mr. Bademba.
Yes.
Mr. Bademba, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, great. You can share your screen and all the best.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bademba Barry. I'm the founder and creative director of DEMS Design. I know you will all agree with me that without proper branding and marketing, all these wonderful startups we have here today will find it very difficult to connect with customers. So at DEMS Design, we help startups and SMEs be bold and be seen. In Sierra Leone, one of the biggest problems we have, most marketing agencies are not interested in working with small businesses due to their low marketing budgets. And several startups and SMEs fail because of poor branding and lack of effective marketing and strategies. The solution we have for that, we use modern technologies to develop brands and design effective and locally relevant marketing strategies that help businesses build brand awareness and connect with customers. So we start by designing their brand logos and develop brand toolkits to go with their brand. We develop effective and locally relevant marketing strategies to connect with their customers. We design effective digital marketing campaigns. We help these small businesses and SMEs to build a memorable brand from conception to designing brand toolkits that can resonate with their product and services they do offer. Since January 2018, we have worked with more than 10 small businesses with about $25,000 in revenue from the time they conceive the ideas to launching these businesses and to develop marketing content. I will name a few of the businesses that Fresh Natural Product is a startup business that deals with female hair products. We have Green Gold, which is into agriculture, Mobicom, which is also a mobile MVAS service, and TapTap, one of the competitors there, which is the first ride-hailing service in Sierra Leone. So what we are asking is $250,000, which will help us to scale up our team with developers, marketers, business advisory professionals, and also to help us procure equipment like computers, cameras, softwares, and licenses. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bademba. That was a really nice presentation. I would now request our juries to please come on stage and ask their questions. Mr. Besson, would you like to proceed with the first question?
Yes, thank you for the presentation. My first question is about how scalable is this project, and how is this different from a normal design company that provides logo and other types of graphic design support and branding design. So what is really the key difference that you are bringing? I mean, I assume that in the market there in Sierra Leone, there could be many other companies and many other projects providing this type of service. So what is really the innovation and then the new thing that you are bringing here that will make this something that is scalable in the market?
Like I said earlier, We use modern technology to develop brands, which use modern technology to develop brands and design if a local relevant marketing strategies. We are not only concentrate on just the logo design or branding. We also help the startups in terms of marketing their content locally.
Follow-up question. You mentioned that you use modern technology. So the other competitors or the players in the market, they're not using the same technologies. Are you using something different? Can you just mention, I mean, give an example?
Some of them are using outdated softwares or technology, and we are using the updated and current technology in service.
All right. Would Mr. Simon like to ask the next question?
Well, it's just a comment. I haven't been sold onto this idea. Like the previous question was, why you haven't convinced me. So the question is, you haven't convinced me why if I had my money, I should put it in your business. What makes you, why I should put your money in your business? I need you to explain that to me in like 1 minute.
Okay. So my competitors mostly work with big firms, and I work with startups who are struggling with funding. So we are not cheap, but most of our services are very affordable. They are very affordable, which we can help make sure these startups get to market their products well online and locally as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Fatima over here. Ms. Fatima, would you like to ask the next question? Because I believe you've put your comments over here in the chat box.
I was just saying, for every branding and design company, of course, their tools that they need to do their work involves technology and the latest software for you to be able to be competitive. So I'm trying to ask him what makes him different, the business different, and what's the different innovation he's bringing to the table, because every day you have new technology ideas that are coming. For me, I see he's still using the same technology all the other design companies are using anyways. So I need to hear something different.
Come again? Hello?
Yes, I hear you.
I said, come again with the question.
I think the question was what the last three of us have been asking, that we are not convinced. We haven't seen. So you are supporting startups. That is very clear. But yes, what you are doing that is very different to be able to do that, the tools, you put yourself there. You say you are using certain tools that we sound like you are the only one who uses it. So why are you unique apart from supporting SMEs, which NGOs are doing anyway? So what makes you different?
One, our passion and commitment makes us different as well. And we are always open to giving or receiving feedback from our clients. And we do invest our time on what we do.
Mine would be a comment to summarize virtually what the other colleagues have said. Yes, there is need for your service for SMEs. One of the biggest challenges they have is how to brand their product and take it to market. But you've not shown us your go-to-market strategy. What is exceptional, your unique selling proposition? What is exceptional about your product and why we should leave the other? Probably understanding better how the SME landscape works and trying to provide a solution, not generic solution, specific solution to specific SME segments or sectors will help you in the long run. I know I have been working with SMEs before. I know that's the major challenge, but you really need to redo your go-to-marketing strategy. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Belden. And with that, the time is up. We would now request all our juries to please proceed with scoring Deb's design. Thank you very much, Mr. Bademba, and all the best to you. We will come back after the scoring. Thank you very much. All right, we are now going to proceed to our next startup. The next startup that we'll be presenting is Spark Utilita, and this will be presented by Mr. William. Mr. William, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. All right, will you share your screen, please?
Come again?
Will you share your screen?
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Bear with me. Just very quickly regarding the screen, as I did mention to you earlier on, I had trouble uploading the initial
Would you
share, but managed to put something together on the Oshkosh. No, it's fine. I think I'm just gonna. You just have to bear with me. In between, I may have to be switching between screen. I mean, between screen, depending on the question from the viewer.
All right, no problem then.
Can you see it?
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Okay.
All right then. Well, the floor is yours, and all the best.
Thank you very much. Right. My name is William Festus. I'm a co-founder of Spark Utilita Limited. And what do we do? My other partner, unfortunately, is unable to make it for today. His name is Abu John Amadou. What do? We actually focus in the areas of renewable energy. What renewable energy we thought to ourselves, and I think the answer is there for everybody to see. I'm just going to take you through one single slide. Hopefully, I'm going to use that to explain about what is it that we set out to do. Okay, what's our aims and objective? We want to combine energy, agricultural, and educational solution through local partnering. What does that mean in a sense is there are challenges when it comes to areas of energy sufficiency in the country. there are challenges in the areas of food security, and one of the things we identify as a way forward is actually where you can support the farming community in the rural areas, support schools in terms of ensuring that they have access to energy that is cleaner, and again, work with hospitals and the local health centers to ensure that they can be able to carry out some basic surgeries that they may have to sometimes travel far to the other, to the district areas like in Bo, for example, or having to travel all the way to Freetown. Now, what we intend to do is to put the three synergy together. One is to look at producing what we call a standalone solar generator, which is our invention. My co-partner actually deals in that. He actually put together what we call, we now name it Staxogen. What does that do? People are used to one system of renewable energy, for example, solar. It has to be something that you need this particular space in your home, maybe create a store for that, where to keep them. For us, what we have done is actually come up with something that, it's mobile. You can move it from one point to the other. So, in a sense, all the components is actually put together into one, and this is something that is done locally. And what does that do? The schools can easily use this system. Hospitals can use this system. At the end of the day, they can actually disconnect the cables that comes from the solar panel, and then literally take away the box itself. So it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be kept overnight where it can be easily taken away by somebody else. Now, what actually motivates me into working with my co-partner is looking at Kyoto and Paris Agreement on climate change. That was something that has been an issue. We know about the issue of environment and how the conventional system of electricity, that means using fossil fuel to generate electricity. We have that a lot. How that is impacting the environment, how that is impacting even the well-being of citizens of our country. And to work with Abu in terms of putting together this sort of package, was something that I felt it's a good way forward. And how do we intend to do that? We're going to be working with rural communities, and we're focusing more in the southern region of Sierra Leone. We're based in Bo, and what we've done sensitize the villages all around the southern district, southern province of the country. With the farmers, we identify some of the issues that are facing them. One of them is actually they want to produce more, but the challenges they're faced with is storage for their produce, either cold or ambient storage. Secondly, agro-processing in terms of equipment to process whatever products that they're producing. So as a result, they are limited in terms of what they can produce, and that on its own is affecting food production in Sierra Leone. So one of the things we decided to do, apart from the solar generator, which is going to supply energy to the schools and community, we decided to come up with what we call an energy hub center. Basically, what does this energy hub center do? It helps more with the farmers. So a farmer will produce that when they harvest their product, they then bring their product to the energy center, where we do the processing for them. Whatever they need to grain, we grain it for them. We then have the cold storage facilities powered by the solar generator, and that cold storage facilities would then, we'll use that to keep their products for them, and then, help them in terms of linking them with possible buyers. It could be within the country or outside the country. So we're looking at creating a platform for them, technological platform, where they would have access to come and use the internet facilities. We create a website within our website.
Mr. William,
Yes.
William, sorry, your time is up. We will now proceed for Q&A. I'll request the juries now to please come on stage and present your questions. I will first ask Mr. Simon to proceed with the first question.
Yes, good morning. Good afternoon.
Yes.
Festus.
Yes.
I didn't follow very much what you were saying because it seemed like you didn't come prepared. You were asking for 50,000, 100, 1 million.
Right, okay.
You're looking for 1 million and you didn't come like you were ready for 1 million.
Okay.
So I'm disappointed, and that's all I can tell you. There's no questions for me.
Okay, thank you. Point taken.
Okay, Mr. Besson, would you like to ask the next question? Mr. Besson?
Yes. I just wanted to, if you can elaborate more on the market segment that you are targeting.
Okay.
Can you just provide more details on this?
There's going to be 3 market segments. One is selling the solar generator directly to the public, and then to schools, the hospitals and health centers who will be, who obviously are faced with the challenges of energy supply. Particularly, I'm talking about the rural areas and focusing on the southern region. And secondly, for the farmers is the energy hub that we're going to set up. As I said, the energy hub will help them in terms of ensuring that they can store their produce. Whatever it is that they produce, we're going to have the fund we're asking for is actually to help set up that energy hub center. So, and there's the community that we expect to, we're going to be working with the communities to manage these up centers. So it's going to be within the community and for the community. What we will do is provide the technical support and management backup as well, in terms of ensuring that the place is running on a day-to-day basis. But however, as much as we're going to be providing that, we look at the third element, which is there is a need for an hybrid system. We're going to be doing purely renewable energy. But what we said to ourselves is, hang on, it's not every time, there's a season in a year. So there's that time of the year when there's not enough sun. You then have rain, the rainy season. So we can complement, as a form of an hybrid, we can complement the lack of sun with mini hydro. So producing a mini hydro within the community, we've identified a couple of areas in the community already. We've done research and development. There is a prototype. Unfortunately, I couldn't get around to show you the prototype, which you can check on our website. We have it on YouTube. We have it on Facebook.
Sorry, I don't know.
Then set already the way it works, and we've actually tried and test that. So the community we produce 3 prototypes, spread it out within 3 communities in the southern region. And in the past 6 months, the report we've got from them is...
A minute. Slow down a bit. I guess slow down a bit. I know you want to pour more, but the time is fast going. I want to ask another question. Can you allow us? So my question is, have you started operating?
We have started operation, but the bulk of our time since the start of operation has been on...
No, wait, have you started? You've started producing, you've started offering the product or service to the consumers?
Not yet.
Okay.
Bulk of the time has been...
Wait. Sorry. The second part.
Okay.
Have you done a proper market research?
Of course, we've done that. In our full business plan, which a copy is available, all that is mentioned in there with facts and evidences and figures to back that up. We've gone around the community. We've spoken to farmers in the southern region, in both districts. We've identified from them what is it that would go very well with them. And one of them is the agro processing. So we thought combining, having a hub center, strategically located within the farming community. We have them in that area. Secondly, for the staff agent now, the standalone generator, individual.
30 seconds more. Sorry. So you just said, or we've had you before. Why I was asking that is, I will forgive you that you came unprepared, but then also you seem to be all over the place in terms of what you're offering to people, from off center to hybrid project. Probably, for my advice would be for you to start simple with a specific product or two, target a particular market you want to target, and then scale from there, rather than wanting a $1 million. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, the time is up, and I would now request all the juries to please go and proceed scoring Spark. Thank you very much, William. That was a great presentation, and all the best to you. We'll be back after 2 minutes after the juries have scored the startup. Thank you very much. All right, now we will be proceeding to our last startup for today. The last startup that we'll be presenting is Sign Africa, and this will be presented by Irit. Irit, are you here? Irit?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, great. So can you please share your screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. We can see your screen and the floor is yours. All the best.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Harriet Contes, CEO of Sign Africa. The main goal of Sign Africa is to help businesses reach their customers by rebranding the idea of marketing. We have been a trusted face of We have been a trusted face to companies trying to up their marketing game. This was Sign Africa in 2016, launching one of our LED screens at Eastern Police Station. See the magic then and see how far we've come in advertisements. We have built and created more than 1,000 signs as a way of beautifying our country and job employment. As a company that prides itself in innovation and cutting-edge approaches of doing things, we are looking at the following data-related issues as a country and proposing an excellent solution that will see Sierra Leone jumpstart in the idea of smart urban planning. Some data are all expensive to select, to collect, and even collecting sample sizes are most times not efficient. To solve this problem, Sign Africa shall create a tool called the Mobility Analytic Manager. Sign Africa will analyze telecom and traffic sensor data. Sign Africa will provide comprehensive and up-to-date mobility information to policymakers and city partners. By analyzing call data record of millions of people, we can understand where those people live, work, and how they commute from point A to point B. Sign Africa can then map the most popular commuters, routes, and areas of congestion. How will the Mobility Analytic Manager look like? We will design the first version with our partners who have done same in Kampala and Senegal. The tool will tell you about movement patterns in the city. The tool will provide the detailed movement pattern of daily, weekly, and monthly basis. One may want to ask why Sign Africa? A team with professional graphic designers who will push to have the data in a graphic format to make it more attractive, and our tool will provide real-time data instead of traditional field studies. In-house visualization tool to make the data easily accessible. This is a project cost. This is a projected cost to launch the tool in Freetown. We estimate between $5,000 to $50,000 to $1,000. Our implementation plan. Sign Africa will present a cloud-based dashboard at the end of the year. Then Sign Africa will complement first installation. We will complete first installation of our tool in the first quarter of 2021. Sign Africa, with our partners, we will test the tool for efficacy in the second quarter of 2021. We will train relevant personnel for the IROM project in the handling of the mobility managers tool. This will be done in the third quarter of next year. Continue to work with transport stakeholders for utility and maintenance of the tool. Our team. This is me, Harriet, the executive manager of Sign Africa. We have our software development team. We have our legal team, the external contractor, the financial team, and the board. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Irit. I would now request all the juries to please come on stage and ask your questions for the Q&A. Mr. Besson, would you like to ask the first question?
Okay, thank you very much. So I have a couple of quick questions, and I appreciate if you provide the quick answer also to allow for time for other jury members to ask. So the first question is, where are you in this project now? At what stage? Have you already developed the solution, or it's under development? You have not started. Can you just explain this?
Research.
Sorry?
At the research stage.
Research stage, okay. I understand you raised already funds for $58,000. Can you explain briefly how this was spent?
During the research stage.
Okay, so that was spent on the research.
Yes.
Can you explain, when you say research, what does it mean exactly? Are you talking about market studies, or what kind of research exactly was done?
Mapping with stakeholders and transportation, the mobility analysis tools to develop the tools.
Okay, have you developed already a prototype for your solution or app?
Yeah, I'm breaking on. Hello?
Yeah, shall I repeat the question?
Hello?
Yes, 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 we can hear you and it's clear. Mr. Besson, would you like to type out the question? I'll read it out for Irit.
Okay, I just mentioned, sorry, you said, shall I repeat the question?
Yes, she said to repeat the question.
Okay. So the question was about I forgot the question. Yeah, I think it was about this the prototype. Did they have a prototype for the project or not yet? Have they developed a prototype?
Ms. Irit, did you catch that? Ms. Irit? I believe Irit is not in the call anymore. We will basically come back probably for asking the last Q&A, because she's the last startup actually. But nevertheless, based on her presentation, the juries can go and score. If we do get Irit back after the scoring, we can continue with the Q&A, and you can then go and re-evaluate again. So juries, I would please request you all to please go and score Sign Africa, and we'll be back after the scoring. Thank you very much.
Excuse me, just one.
Yes.
Doesn't the questioning help? I mean, I'm already made up my mind, but for the other people, doesn't it help?
It does. It does. That's the reason why we give a brief amount of time after all the startups are presented for the juries to go and reevaluate the scores. So during this process, we will be doing the Q&A again. That is, if Ms. Irit comes after the 2-minute evaluation that is done. So if she's back again within that time, you can do the Q&A again and then go and score the startup again. All right.
Yeah,
she's back here. She's back here. Okay, fine, great. We will give you another extra minute. Just because you faced connectivity issues. And Mr. Simon, would you like to ask the question?
Yeah, I have first observation. I feel like this is not your presentation and you were all over the place. That's one. So I'm not impressed. The questions, I kind of feel like somebody was at the background whispering responses, but that is what is some observation. The question is, what do you have as a setup, as a business? What exactly do you have right now?
We have LED screens located at a strategic locations like the Eastern Police, we have Lumley, we have St. John, we have billboards all over this country.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Welcome.
All right, Ms. Fatima, would you like to ask one question?
So Harriet, when you're doing a pitch, you have to be very specific with numbers. And I guess that was what Simon was trying to get, because basically these questions are used to determine the growth and size of your business. So I think we still want to hear from you definite figures regarding your current setup now, and what's your target market as well, and how many businesses have you dealt with before? So I'm trying to know your the size of your clientele currently.
We've worked, let's say, like 1,000 people, because as we all know, Sign Africa is an household name. Everybody knows Sign Africa. If not everybody, but I'm sure Sign Africa is an household name. We've worked for a lot of companies, religious bodies, government institutions, and so on and so forth.
Okay, all right. I think the juries are done with the questions, unless Mr. Melvin would like to add another question, because we've given 1 extra minute to Iris since she faced
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay, fine.
Just one last question, Harriet. If you are, so what will you do for this funding that you're asking for? What do you intend to use it for?
We will use it to create a tool.
Please elaborate, Harriet. What type?
We'll use it to create a tool for government partners to develop the dashboard. So we'll use it for the
what dashboard? What is dashboard?
The dashboard.
Okay, and I also noted, is it Sign Africa or Sing Africa? Because on your presentation, I saw
Limited.
So from the presentation, I saw Sing, S-I-N-G, and from the logo, I saw S-I-G-N.
It's Sign Africa. It's typographical error. That's Sign Africa Sierra Leone Limited.
Okay, thank you.
You're most welcome.
All right, then I think the questions for Sign Africa has been complete, and we will now ask the juries to please proceed with scoring the startup, and we'll be back after you finish scoring Sign Africa. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
All right. With that being, we have now come to the end of our presentation, the Sierra Leone pitch competition. And I would now ask the juries to please go and reevaluate the scores, because we're going to go in for a quick break and we're going to come back after this and we're going to announce the overall winner and national champion for the Sierra Leone competition. So please stay tuned until the end of the event today. Welcome back to the closing segment of the Sierra Leone chapter of the AIM Startups Virtual Pitch Competition. Before we announce the overall winner for today's competition, let me now invite all the jury members back on stage for the announcement of the winner. Before I give out the name, I would also like to inform the startups present over here that even though you do not win the Sierra Leone competition today, we still have another segment for you to be still featured at the AIM Digital 2020 this year. The segment is called the Global Technopreneur, and this will be hosted during the main event that is on 20th till the 22nd of October. This platform, or you could say this segment, has been completely conceptualized by Microsoft, and this is basically giving out startups a second chance to connect with investment and business opportunities through our platform. The AIM Global Technopreneur will allow startups to have a virtual exhibition kiosk. They get access to all the AIM digital features, and they get access to the Global Technopreneur competition that, like I said, has been completely designed by Microsoft for startups. If you do win, top 3 startups from that competition will be chosen into the program of Microsoft for Startups. Okay, so we are now going to proceed with the announcement of the winner. Overall, I think we had a very competitive pool of contestants today, and all participants were amazing in their own way, and they've demonstrated their respective strengths and unique propositions in the sectors they operate in. Without further ado, I would like to have the honors of announcing the overall winner for the Sierra Leone chapter for the AIM Startups Virtual Competition 2020. Do we have the certificate ready for our competition? All right, so we have our winner ready. The winner for the Sierra Leone virtual pitch competition is Smiling Through Light. Ms. Mariama, are you here? Congratulations. You are on mute, unfortunately. We cannot hear you. We cannot hear your excitement.
Sorry, I'm so excited.
Congratulations.
Oh my God, I want to cry. Thank you, guys. Oh, and thank you so much to all the other startups. There's some that I've already seen like really good partnerships and ways we can all work together. I'm so excited.
Great. Thank you so much. Congratulations to you again, Mariama. Juries, would you like to give a last few words before we close the competition? Mr. Besson?
Yes, thank you very much. So actually, the congratulations first of all to Mariama for for winning this competition. But I think the key message is that all of them are winners. All of them, they're trying their best to create opportunities, to find their own way. All these projects are important for them. I know they spent a lot of time to develop this. Even before developing this, I'm sure they spent years maybe just thinking about the project. So I think we need to encourage all of them. Maybe some of these projects are not really scalable. That's one of the things that is taken into consideration, I think, by most of the jury. But I think all of them are important because they're serving a real need, and we would like to wish, all the best for all the candidates. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bessim. Ms. Fatima, would you like to give a few words?
So congratulations, Mariama, and wish you good luck. And I just wanted to say, as the last speaker said, some of these ideas are really visible because in Sierra Leone now, basically education, water, food, energy are very important, and these are areas that we're lacking. However, I just think that more time and more thoughts was needed to put into the pitch moving forward. So if they're going to have more opportunities to pitch their businesses. They have to be very meticulous in putting together, at least show your passion, make sure your passion is translated through your pitch moving forward. So that's my only advice. But well done to everyone because everybody did their best, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Ms. Fatima. Mr. Simon, would you like to say a few words? You're on mute.
Again, congratulations to Mariama and Shining Light team. I think I was part of at the back doing an evaluation a couple of months ago on your one of your projects. So I'm excited to see that you have built on and taken some of the feedback from that evaluation into this process. And none of those things that I knew from there influenced my evaluation of this pitch. But I think that this continuous learning, like those other people have said, the continuous learning process is very important. Some of us will be blunt and critical, but it's not because we don't like your projects, but it's because we want to see better outcomes. I also want to say that it's very important to everybody else. It's very important that we take our research very well. That numbers, sometimes even when you create these numbers, that we can read when you are making sense or when you just create the numbers. So in future, when you do your presentations, look at the numbers, make sure they are the real things, and that's what opens doors for you, because some people here may be interested in the next steps of your project, even if you don't win. And I think that to start with honesty in this process is very important. So for every one of you, congratulations, and I hope that not winning shouldn't make you feel that you didn't come far enough. You have come far and you should be proud of yourself. Again, Mariama, congratulations, and I wish you all the best going forward.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simon. Mr. Melvin, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, just to extend my congratulations to Mariama and all the participants. I'm happy that we're having more and more young people, young Sierra Leoneans participating in such competition. It's opening the economic landscape, entrepreneurial landscape, and the SME landscape. We at SMEDA are very excited about this development, and we look forward to working with them in other areas to see how we could develop and support SMEs in Sierra Leone. We also want to extend my thanks to AIM for such an opportunity for considering Sierra Leone, and we hope that these platforms will showcase the best of Sierra Leone and will put us to the map and develop the country, the economy. Thank you. That's what
Much all juries for your kind words, and once again congratulations, Mariama. You will be representing Sierra Leone at the AIM Digital 2020 this year on October 20th till the 22nd. You will be provided a virtual exhibition kiosk. You'll be given access to all the AIM digital features along with meetings with investors, and you will be competing again for the AIM Global National Champions League along with 70 other startups from around the world. With that in mind, thank you once again to all the jury members, contestants, and members of the organizing team for being a part of today's competition. On behalf of the co-organizers, ISDB, Ministry of Finance, Government of Sierra Leone, DSTI, SMEDA, we would like to express a sincere gratitude and appreciation to the team, and obviously to the UAE Ministries of Economy for the opportunity to host the Sierra Leone chapter of the AIM Startups Virtual Pitch Competition. The annual investment meeting, like I said, is scheduled to take place on October 20th till the 22nd this year. So for more updates and latest developments of the annual investment meeting event, please stay tuned to www.aimcongress.com. For everyone's information, a replay of today's event will be made available in the annual investment meeting's YouTube channel in due course. All right, before I shut this meeting, I would request everyone to please put your cameras on, as our co-organizers would like to click a picture with everyone on board. This is, you could say, a virtual selfie that we're probably clicking over here. So I once again thank all the participants, and everyone were really great, and thank you very much all for joining us again today. Ms. Yakama, you can tell me when it's all good to go.
I am Kotika. You need to release my camera for some reason.
Just a minute. You can.
Now you've done it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, great. Is it good, Miss Yakama?
Come again?
No, I'm asking Miss Yakama. Is it good? You're on mute, so I can't hear you, Miss Yakama.
Yes, we're good already.
All right, that's great then. Okay, great. So I think that's about it. Ms. Yakama, would you like to give some ending remarks for the competition?
No, I'm just pretty excited. I was really impressed by all the presentations. And given that we have a new project in line as part of the Sierra Leone Economic Diversification Project that has a component that will be working with entrepreneurs and just trying to see how we can improve on the entrepreneurial ecosystem in Sierra Leone. It's pretty exciting to know that we have all these startups that we can work with, and I look forward to reaching out and continued engagement with every single one of you, and even those that you know that are part of the ecosystem that did not participate in the competition. We will be grateful for contacts and networks to see how we can all together work to improve the private sector in Sierra Leone. And thank you once again to the organizers, ISDB, AIM, and also the government of the UAE for continued collaboration and support to development in Sierra Leone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats, Myra. Smiling to light.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much all. And we look forward to seeing you all and hosting you at AIM 2020, AIM Digital 2020 this year. I see Ms. Mariama wanted to say something. Ms. Mariama?
Yeah, it was just a quick thing. I just wanted to say to all the startups as an encouragement, like we've been working on Smiling to Light since 2011. We took 5 to 6 years doing solid research. We've been learning, going through our business model. And I think what's kept us is the passion. So I just wanted to encourage everyone to say that as long as you have the passion, the drive, the will, always thinking outside the box, not giving up, and really working with your local team because they understand every single thing that's going on the ground, and bring people in that can give you skills that you lack. Because we're not all perfect, there's areas that you might not be good at. So bring people in who can provide really, really good advice for you. And overall, like, don't give up. So like our journey is nearly 10 years. We've been fighting, you know, going back and forward, but the passion's kept us. And I just wanted to give that to just encourage everyone of you that's, you know, planning and working on your different initiatives.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Mariama. And with that, we come to the end. And thank you all and have a great day and take care.
Mariama.